Hey everyone, it's Katie from Create Your Future. I am a law of attraction coach, a certified life coach, and a meditation teacher. And today I have a success story for you about how a client went from having a hard time manifesting. She was manifesting a lot of obstacles. She was really struggling and spiraling when it came to manifesting her specific person. And then we found a way to make it way easier, where not only did she get the results more consistently, but the bridge became so much easier. The bridge of events that brings you to your desires. She started finding techniques, which I'm going to show you today, that allowed her to make the process more sweet and simple and enjoyable, like really enjoyable. So let's talk about what happened with her. And then I want to really show you examples of how you can use this technique. And the technique is, of course, a form of inner conversation, but there's a very specific way we went about it, because I find actually her and a lot of my clients struggle with this. I've struggled with this too. So I intend this is helpful. I intend that as you watch this, you remember that if anyone can get success, they're you pushed out, so you're going to have success too. So I intend this is just what you need. Okay. So this client, she was manifesting her specific person. They were in an on and off relationship, and in relationships, we'll have different desires, right? So she would have these desires, like I want him to be a different version of himself. I want him to treat me better. I want him to take me on dates. I want him to, say he loves me more. I want him to commit to me. Then bigger desires, right? I want to get engaged. I want to have a family. So we were going through this journey together, and what would consistently happen is she would see some good results. She'd be on her mental diet. She'd be doing the inner conversations for a few days, right? And she would get that version of him for a little bit. And then she would start to spiral, right? Even while it was happening. So he would start to show up as this new version. Like he'd start to show her more affection. He would start to talk to her more. He would start to tell others that they're together. Like she started hearing these inner conversations get pushed out. And then all those sneaky doubts would be coming in while this is happening. So while she's interacting with the 3D, a lot of these inner doubts are showing up of like, well, this isn't going to last. He's going to come back and be the old version by the end of tonight. He doesn't really love me. This isn't really working. All those little doubts would be so sneaky. And instead of seeing them for what they were, which are thoughts that just want to be changed, she would start to spiral. Now, here's the key thing that I noticed with spiraling. Okay. When we spiral, and I'll speak from my own personal experience too, and I saw this was happening with her. When I'm spiraling, I'm in the bridge of events, and these little doubts start coming up. So I will all start to get, and I get this. I get my manifestation, and then all these little doubts are showing up. Okay. And I'll start to believe them. I'll start to just be like, oh my God, like it's going to change. This is too good to be true. This is happening too fast. Like, I can't even continue this. Like, there's no way life can be this easy, right? And I'll start to believe all those little thoughts. And then, of course, what's going to happen is that I'm going to get the old version back, right? So thoughts are still creating, especially when I'm believing them, especially if there's an emotional imprint. And then I'm going to be like, okay, and she was doing this too. Okay, do my thoughts really create? Like, can I really do this? Is this all a waste of time? Is this all just like wasted effort? Was that just a fluke? Like, did I really create that? Or was he just in a really good mood that day? Like, I just start completely doubting myself. And then I start to get hard on myself. So she was doing this too, of just like, I put all this work and effort. I listen to Neville every day. I read Neville every day. I'm doing these inner conversations, but I can't keep going. Like, I just don't know if I can keep, this is too hard. Like, I just don't even want to do this anymore. So all this doubt, all this pressure starts to build. And the one thing I kept noticing with myself and with her and with lots of clients is when I'm spiraling, I do it alone. I'm in my head just beating myself up usually, getting really hard on myself, and I feel like I'm just drowning all by myself. And I noticed this with my clients, and especially this one. She would get so hard on herself and just spiral for days where she was just alone in her head, trying to get out, not sure what to do. And this is where one of my favorite techniques comes in. And that technique is of the inner conversation, where you bring in your specific person, but you have them encourage you through every single doubt. Because remember, in the bridge of events, which is bringing you to your wish fulfilled, to your desire, every doubt that doesn't match with that reality, where you two are together, where you two are happy, where you're married, where you're engaged, where you have babies, where you have all that, right? Any thought that's dominant within you that comes up along the way is just coming up so you can change it. But you don't have to do it alone. I highly recommend you don't do it alone. I highly recommend, right, inwardly and of course outwardly, right, having a coach has a huge advantage, but inwardly first, to have your inner specific person cheer you on so you don't feel like you're drowning alone. So you don't feel like you don't succumb to all the pressure an old narrative might put you through. We want to create the inner specific person to cheer us on through every doubt, to encourage us, to remind us of the law. And when you put this to practice, it's so powerful. Because all of a sudden, and I know with myself, if I'm spiraling, and I remember to bring in my specific person. I remember, and this specific person can be anyone. It can be your, desired person, your partner. It could be a loved one. It could be a best friend. It could be colleagues. It could be Neville Goddard. You can talk to anyone inside. Okay, they're all alive inside of you. And when you hear someone else within you encouraging you, reminding you of the law, at least for me and my client found this too, a weight is lifted. It seems to open up the mind of like, oh, wait, I'm not alone in this. I can really get through this. There's a different perspective I can listen to right now. And just like when you're suffering on the outside and you want someone to help you, we got to start within, right? Because the outside is just a reflection of the inside. So when we learn to kind of gather our forces from within to encourage us, to support us, we become invincible. We become unstoppable. And so with this client specifically, what we started working on in sessions, we would go through all her doubts, every single one, and we would get her inner specific person's perspective on it. So we'd practice it of like, what are my common doubts? Okay, are my thoughts really creating? Can I really do this? Is this really working? Is this ever going to get easier? Am I wasting my time and my money? Am I wasting my life? Am I delusional? Am I crazy? Like all those doubts, right? We started hearing him on every single one. You can do this, babe. You're not wasting your time and your money, right? There's only abundance in this world, and you are becoming a master manifester. You're getting better at this every single day. Even going through these negative thoughts, you're becoming so good at it. Right? We can do this. We're doing this. I'm doing this with you. I've got you. Everything's going to be okay. Remember, this desire is done. Remember, it's already created. Remember, like I want this too. I want this even more than you. I'm helping you I'm guiding you to this because what you want wants you. I'm calling you to this world where we're together, where we're happy. You can do this. The whole world is you pushed out. The whole world is helping you. The whole world is God loving you. We're all cheering you on. We all got your back. You're not alone in this. We all love you. Everything's coming together. Everything's working out. So this is the stream of consciousness that she would start to get from her inner specific person. That with every single doubt, her inner specific person, right, could remind her of a lot, could encourage her. And then of course we want to bring in that extra layer where she starts to respond. Right? Thank you for reminding me that you're always here. Thank you for reminding me of the laws. Thank you for helping me feel more relaxed. Thank you for helping me feel more at peace. Thank you for being on my side. Thank you for lifting me out of this. Thank you for reminding me of who I really am. Thank you for reminding me that I'm the only creator. I'm the only thinker that I can do this. Thank you for helping me elevate my self-concept to remember who I am. I'm God of my reality. I'm the goddess of my reality. I got this. Right? So she would start to respond from that place of appreciation, from love. So she also is uplifting her self-concept. And they're working together. They're working together to get into this new state because the bridge, I know, can be so difficult. These negative thoughts, when they're deeply entrenched, they can feel like they'll pull you right back down. But that's why we can call on our inner forces. We can call on our inner specific person. We can call on a loved one, a mentor, whether they're here on earth or not. It does not matter. You can talk to them right now. And when you learn to just build your forces in these times of the bridge, in the times of old states, okay, and you have everyone in your world helping you get into this new state, it is so empowering. And the next time you spiral, it's not as scary, right? You start to remember, like, wait, no, everyone can help me right now. I don't have to do this alone. You don't have to do this alone. You're never alone, ever. You can talk to me. You can talk to any of the coaches that you trust or work with inside. We will all show up for you, right? Every resource is available to you. And so I actually find in these moments of spiraling, they are such a brilliant opportunity to remind yourself of who you are, to get everyone else to remind you of who you are, to overcome that fear of spiraling. You know, I was working with another client that in general, we were just talking about reacting to our thoughts. It's one thing to not react to your 3D anymore, and then it's another thing to not react to your negative thoughts. They're not a threat. They're not. They're just coming up so you can change them. Nothing in your world is a threat. Everything is for you. Everything is bringing you to that next level. Right? And so, like, another thing you can do is with your inner specific person, I like to come from that we mentality. Like, you can hear them say, like, babe, we're changing all these little negative thoughts into positive ones. They want to change. They want to help you. They're building this bridge to this wish fulfilled. We can do this. It's going to be okay. Right? So when you have that we mentality, when you really go through the spirals from a place of support and love, that you don't have to do it alone, it shifts. It shifts. And then, of course, you're going to see that reflected on the outside. Right? I mean, in general, I love just the triumph of the inner 4D world. But then it's really cool when you see now that's being reflected on the 3D. Now, in general, I'm noticing people are supporting me. Right? I'm starting to feel just more comforted and secure. I trust life a little bit more, which is such a brilliant place to be. Right? Because who you really are, God or Goddess of your reality, you trust life. You know that everything's for you. You know that everyone's you pushed out. They all want what you want. They're all here to support you. Everything is leading you to your wish fulfilled. And everything is leading you to you remembering that you're God of your reality. It's so brilliantly orchestrated. So the biggest takeaway, and what this client started seeing, was when she started bringing her inner specific person into her spirals, she got out of them way quicker. She was able to see more consistent 3D manifestations because now not only is she getting out of those spirals more immediately, because of course those spirals, they do create, right? You don't have to be scared of them. It's part of the bridge. It's all good. But yes, when you can move on quicker, then your ability to perceive things working out for you on the outside is so much easier. So she started to really trust that when she started getting these good manifestations from her specific person, she could also have that inner version reminding her, like, this is going to stay. Those negative thoughts weren't as potent in the moment. So if you know what I'm talking about, when you start to see that manifestation, then the doubt starts to come in. When you practice this, instantly you're going to start to hear your inner specific person be like, hey, no, it's okay. He's going to stay this way. She's going to stay this way. This is who she really is. This is who I really am. I'm here to love you. You're meant to create heaven on earth. You're meant to mold this world into a kingdom of love. Everything is going to continue in its true state of abundance and bliss and pleasure. Like, all is well. And then those negative thoughts that used to pull you down by yourself, you're lifted up. And then you can enjoy your 3D manifestation without, being in fear. Is it going to be taken? I find bringing the inner specific person into your doubts gets you out of lack. And I want to drive one more point home with this. So Neville talks about that the two can be within yourself. So all things are possible to him who believes. All things are possible to God. You are God. Your imagination is God. And when two agree, it shall be brought unto earth, he talks about. And so when you do with these inner conversations, that the two can be on the inside. Neville talks about the two people that are agreeing on such a thing can be on the inside. So when you hear your inner specific person on the inside, be like, no, we are together. We are in love. This is happening. You're doing a great job. And then you agree back, like, no, I am getting better. Thank you for helping me. That's the two. That's agreeing. And then so it shall be on earth. So it shall get manifested out. Okay? So inner conversations are so powerful in lifting you through old states and keeping you in the end result. Because you've got access to your person all the time, 24/7. And you want to be in conversation with them anytime you need them, all the time. Why not? It feels good. And then when the two agree, it gets pushed out. So I want you all to practice your inner specific person leading you out of negative thoughts. And then try it with others too. Try it with close friends. Try it with mom and dad. Try it with ancestors. Try it with coaches. I mean, anyone in anything, really. You can include nature. You can whatever it is that you resonate with. Speak with it. Be in conversation with it. Because you are anyway. You might as well bring it conscious. So then you can consciously manifest it. So I intend this is helpful. I intend your next spiral, where it's just part of it, right? The negative thoughts go up so you can change them. Is supported. It's loving. It's empowering. And there's nothing more to fear with that. Okay, so if you want more help on this, there's a few recommendations I have for you. Of course, there's one-on-one coaching with me. So you can sign up for that in the link below. I'll walk you through all this and anything else you're going through. Okay? My 7-day inner conversation challenge is very much this and so much more. It's going to lead you into how to just be in constant conversation with your SP, how to rule your inner world so that can get pushed out. A lot of my courses focus on just the inner conversation and ways to master multiple topics, whether there's a third party, whether there's just resistance in general, whether you're not sure how to hear an inner specific person worship you, love you, adore you. If you don't know what that sounds like yet, check out my different courses and workshops and meditations. It's all below. I intend it's so helpful. I just got an email from someone that they did the meditation multiple times. One of the meditations, I think it was the getting rid of resistance and increasing love. And they heard from their SP after months of no contact. Okay? Just rule your inner world and it'll get pushed out. So all those links are below if you want more assistance with this. But I intend that you just feel supported and empowered. Because you are. Okay. Thank you all for watching.